Hello friends, and welcome to Emerald Acres Farm. This is our video series. We're going to run people through how we do all the different steps of our planting process, meaning how we start things inside, how we put things out. This will take us a few weeks, so don't get too impatient on us. But the first part of this video, we're going to talk about how we set up our grow lights. This is our system. Now, this is a system designed to produce a lot of plants, so obviously you wouldn't have to build something quite so big. It has 5 rows, and they have grow lights. They're not grow light bulbs, and I'll get into that in a minute, but there's sets of fluorescent lights on each shelf, and I'm going to show you what those look like. I don't know how this will work with the video, but there's 4 bulbs in each one. These are 4 foot by 1 foot. So we got 2 of them. So it's a 48 inch by 24 inch space. And we have a series of them so we can have our trays in there. Now, a couple pointers for getting lights. First off, you don't need the expensive grow light bulbs. Maybe you might need those if you're doing something special, some sort of special plant or bringing them to maturity. But when you're just getting those plants up a few inches, just big enough to put out in transplant outside, you will not need special bulbs. What we do use, I say no special bulbs, but you do have to be careful what you buy. You do need something that is a cool white. So you can see what we have here. These are just standard fluorescent bulbs with the cool white. You can see the range there. I can't remember what exactly those numbers mean, but you want the higher number for the cool white, and that better imitates sunlight and better imitates what the plants want. Sometimes people get crazy and mix these bulbs with the different range, different frequency range in there to kind of mimic light a little better. We don't get that crazy. I don't think you have to either, unless you're growing something special. One thing you do have to do is be very careful with this, and that is you want something that adjusts the light to go up and down. And the most important part of using light is you want something that's just above the plants. A couple inches at most in this range, because that's where you're going to have your results. That gives you the most light on your plant. If you put this light way up here, you're not going to get very good response. What you're going to get is long, spindly plants that aren't healthy. You can see here we have a system that we adjust. I'm not saying this is the best system. There's probably better ideas out there. But nonetheless, you can see we have a system where you can go up and down and hook in the change at whatever level you want that to be at. So I guess a couple other things, just tidbits on this system. We have 5 rows. What happened here is that this gets really hot. You can see we have plastic on the outside. That's good. I would encourage some of that. We have a plastic up here you can lift down. However, when you lift that plastic down, the system gets way too hot, and it also doesn't get the airflow that it needs. So we decided to take that off, and we generally don't use that plastic. The other thing is that if we're doing cool plants, we can't run all these lights. Up here we have tomatoes, so no big deal if they get warm. Down here we have all of our onions. We would not want to put onions up here. They would get too warm. That's pretty much the basics of setting up a grow light system. You can see, I'm going to take one of these off just so you can see what we have. All it is a plywood shelf. 2x4 and 2x2 construction. Real simple. Okay, that's all we got for this segment, and we we'll stay in touch with more tips from